wording in your mouths once again. No, wording from our mouths. James, I've screwed it up already. Should we start again? No, let's keep it. We're keeping that. We are wording from our mouths. Yet again, the words are coming from our mouths into your ears. Hello, James. How the hell are you doing? That was terrible. That was really bad, wasn't it? That's one of my worst. Yeah. Are we keeping it?
Yeah, we're keeping it.
We're keeping that. Okay. That was dreadful. That was verbal diarrhea is what that was.
Nothing less. The quality's not lower. See, I can't even fucking speak either.
This is a great start. I like this. This is a perfect flow. Keep it going. Blah, 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 blah. It's been like 2 weeks, James. What have you been up to?
Not a lot.
No, me neither. Okay, hang on. You've not been up to a lot, but you had to cancel on me last week. Something suspicious here. Are you planning a surprise party for my birthday?
No. When is your birthday?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I just ask Charlotte. She'll tell you.
It's no different. You wake up, go to work, come home, get presents.
Exactly. Well, presents? No. I hope not. I don't like receiving gifts. I'm not very good at that.
Everyone send Pete gifts.
No, please don't.
I'm going to send you just
definitely
things.
Do not organise a surprise party, because anybody who does, I will cut you out of my life immediately.
That's why I get rid of you?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
It is.
Don't act like you didn't know how to get rid of me.
If I was organising a surprise party for you, I'd make sure you don't turn up. And then that's your perfect party?
Well, yeah, exactly. Just don't ever tell me about it. Everybody else is there for the party. Yeah.
And you get an evening to yourself.
Exactly. Oh, I'd love that so much. I'd just be confused a little bit as to where everyone is, but at the same time, I'm like, don't question it, Pete. This is time to yourself. This is what you were asking for.
Don't say anything.
Don't jinx it. No, just hide. Retreat further into your sanctum of something. Fortress of Solitude. Words are very difficult this evening, James. I don't know what's going on.
The words from my mouth.
The words from my mouth are not flowing very well. You know, I was just looking. I tidied up a little bit my miniatures that I've been painting, because what I do is I usually keep the most recent ones that I've painted on my desk, and there's no carrot anymore. Come on.
Are there refreshers?
You know, Thessaly's going to be so disappointed that there's no carrot. Yes, there are lots of refreshers.
We do need a refresher update.
I've eaten a lot of them. I would
Have
say
you started the shakes yet?
Surprisingly,
you got out of them.
Surprisingly, I'd say I'm close to eating half of them actually, which is worrying, really, considering how long I've had them.
What happens when you run out? Are you going to get withdrawal?
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? I'll either get withdrawal or I'll buy more. You know, it's
or diabetes.
Or diabetes. That is also a viable option. Yeah.
That's the most likely option.
Well, it does run in the family. In fact, nobody runs in my family. That's why we've all got diabetes.
I was going to say that.
So anyway, I tidied up my minis and I put away the ones that I painted. I've only left on my desk the ones I need to paint. And now I primed these like 6 weeks ago, which is how lazy I am. And I'm just looking at them, and I primed them wrong.
How did you prime them wrong? Did you just spray paint?
Here we go. Well, yeah, but I've only sprayed like one side of them. I forgot to do the other side.
You should hang them from
to be
the ceiling
fair,
and spray them from all angles. About 30 centimetres away. Make sure you thoroughly shake the can beforehand.
I blue tack them to a stick.
Okay, just get a bit of wire.
No, I'm hanging from the ceiling of my house. You want me to use the spray paint in my house?
Well, no, ideally you should do it in a well-ventilated area.
Exactly, so I do it on a stick outside in the garden.
You shouldn't do it outside, that's not good for it.
Why?
Because wind might affect it and you can get impurities in the paint.
Well, where else am I going to do it, James? I don't have a shed.
Get a shed.
There's no space for a shed.
Make space.
How? Sacrifice bathroom.
Yes. What's more important to you, shitting or minis?
Shitting, actually, James. This might surprise you to learn, but I'm a big fan of shitting.
Do you need like a front room, or could you make that a spray booth?
I was just actually thinking, you know, if I got rid of the dining table, I could fit a pool table in here. And considering that we always eat on the sofa anyway, might as well get rid of the dining table and have a pool table, right?
Have you discussed your plan with Charlotte?
I think she might have heard me say it, so the discussion is going to happen, and I've got a feeling it's going to be a very quick one.
Does it involve a thump around the head?
Yeah, probably a thump, a slap, a kick. Just the look. Actually, I might just get the look. You know, the one that like makes me lose even more hair. It makes my bald patch bigger. That look.
Pete, if you're being abused, sound confused.
hang on a second. That's not fair. I always sound
There you
confused.
go. Peter's being abused.
All right, James, I've got a game for us to play this week. And
I like how that proper confused you as well. That was the best bit. You got confused by it.
I told you it was not fair because it's easy to confuse me. Okay, so I've got a game for us to play this week, and hopefully we can play it next week and the week after and the week after. All right. So since this
I've got a
podcast
song
started,
for you afterwards.
A song.
Yeah.
You've got a song for me.
Yep, but you go with your game first.
You're going to sing for me.
Yep.
Oh, good God.
Tell me your game.
We'll timestamp that for everybody so you can skip it. Okay, so the game, since this podcast started, there has been a secret word in play. Okay? Now, you've no idea what that secret word is. I know what it is. Now, I need you to say this secret word. Because if you do say it, I get a point. You don't want to say the word. You don't want to fall into that trap. Stop it. No, it's not. None of those are the secret word. There is a secret word in play, and now the idea of the game is I need to quite undetectably get you to say the word. No. Please stop saying words because you lose a point if you say the word.
Octopus. Penguin. I might be just naming stuff on my desk. Ketchup.
Why do you have an octopus, a penguin,
Why
and
have I got
ketchup
so
all
many
in the same
things?
place? Why is your desk so cluttered?
I don't know. 7-Up, sugar-free.
Okay, none of these are the secret word. Okay, but the point is...
the reason I have an octopus is because it's one of those mood ones you can set to show your mood.
Is it angry right now?
No, it's happy at the minute.
Oh. They're always cuter when they're angry.
There's a penguin I got from Tenerife, and Sneaky Snake.
So
they all live on top of my
you've got a
computer.
little menagerie on your desk.
Yeah.
So anyway, the rules of the game, James... By the way, anybody who plays the game, you've just lost the game. The rules of the game... The rules of the game are if you say the word, I get a point. If we make it through the whole podcast and you don't say the word, you get a point. Next week, it's the other way around. You've got to put a word in play, and you've got to try and get me to say it.
And every
it,
time
okay?
you say it, I get a point.
Well, no, it's like opposite. So if you say the word, I get a point, and I'll tell you that you've said the word.
Yeah. So next week, when I get to pick the word, if you say it, then I get a point.
Yeah.
So what if I just set the word something like James, which you say quite a lot during the podcast?
It's not allowed to be something like that. It's got to be something that would be difficult to work into conversation.
You can't now change the rules. Now I've found the flaw in your game.
It's not, okay, you could make the secret word and then be like, ah!
Yes, exactly.
No, that's... Okay, so if you want to remove all the fun from the game, then go ahead and do that.
I want to win the game.
You want to win the game, okay. So, of course, yes. This is a guy who optimizes the fun out of his MMOs, right?
Shut up, they're still fun. I'm enjoying the new raid.
I'm sure you
did
are.
it 4 times last week.
Hell yeah. I really need to spray these minis. This is doing my head in.
Only cleared it once.
Although, to be fair, I sprayed the front, so if I paint the front and then just never turn them round, people will never know. Like if you can't see it, don't paint it. Can you sing now?
I want to know the song that's been stuck in my head for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, go on.
I know a song that will get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves.
James, I have 2 children. You're going to have to do harder than that to get on my nerves.
It's been in my head for the last 2 weeks. It's getting on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, it will do. It will do, yeah. That's... I'm really pleased that you didn't actually sing a proper song to me. I was ready to sort of leave the call, really, actually, is what I was going to do.
Is it time for the weekly lizard update?
Yes, it is time for the weekly.
She's doing a Simba pose.
Oh, of course. Now, if she's doing a Simba pose, then you need to do the Rafiki and pick her up and hold her over a rock.
We're making progress on being picked up, but she only gets picked up when she wants to in a minute.
It's
on her terms, not mine.
It should always be on her. You can't just non-consensually pick up an animal like I do to my cat and then squeeze her until she claws me.
I kind of need to next week because I need to change her substrate.
I thought you were going to say change her nappy for some reason there.
Change her bedding, but I need to change the sand in the bottom of the tank, which means she can't really be in the tank, but she doesn't want to not be in the tank.
Well, no, it's her home.
I'm not fully aware of where I'm putting her when she's not in the tank at the minute, because the box I got her in is now too small, because she's growing. She's got 2 inches longer.
Reiki, how big did he get?
About 18 to 24 inch.
That's decent size.
Or, God, I've got to try and convert it to normal. About 40 centimetres, I'd say. I think. 30, 40 centimetres long. I think, if my conversions are correct, which they're probably not.
I don't know. Don't ask me about conversions. Don't ask me about measurements, lengths, numbers, words, sounds, smells, tastes.
So that's from nostrils
I can't do
tail.
geography, geology.
She's quite a long tail.
I don't know much about
I'm gonna
history.
keep talking
either.
over you.
Yeah, I'm going to keep talking over you too.
But she'll also get about 4 or 5 times heavier. Because they go fat. Well, they go fat, they go wide, they bulk out.
You go fat if you eat like just 1,000 bell peppers a day, then.
No, she had no bell pepper this week, but she did have 2 blueberries.
Oh, that's the sweetest little thing.
And then I made blueberry muffins, because turns out you can't buy just 2 blueberries.
No, I didn't imagine you could.
So I bought a pack of blueberries and I made blueberry muffins.
Nice. Well, at least you were productive with the blueberries. You also made tandoori chicken.
I did make tandoori chicken. That was really good. And I made meatloaf.
Tell you what, this morning I made a mess.
I made Indian as well, but I think I was before. I can't remember if I told you that or not.
Oh, I'm going to answer a question for somebody as well. I'm not going to say who I'm answering here, but the person who asked the question is going to know it's for them, obviously, because they asked the question. And the answer is 12 hash browns.
I don't know the fucking question. Where's
Exactly.
the question?
I'm not going to... No, the question isn't important. The answer is 12 hash browns.
How many you can eat in a single sitting? No, you can eat more than
I
that.
was going to say that's a bit of a low number.
How many you cook at once?
No, that's 8, actually.
Oh, so it's 1.5 loads.
1.5 loads. Yes, well, the number I'm talking about is 1.5 loads, yeah.
Right, important things.
Uh-huh.
Why the fuck have you got rid of those little waffles?
They were only temporary anyway.
They were so good.
Yeah, but James,
Bring
okay,
them back.
let's just be real. They were not that much
them
different
back.
from the hash browns, were they?
They were just better. I don't
How? They
understand
were
why
just
they
different
just were.
shaped potato, James. It all makes. I guarantee you, your insides don't know the difference between that and the fries.
But the tasty part of me does.
Tasty part of you, the tastiest
the
part of James.
The part that does the tasting.
Yes.
That can tell the difference. So
They're
that was
not
like the
much
practice.
different from hash browns. Like
Yeah, but they were a little bit different, and therefore they were better.
Okay. But people are just going mad for the slightest change. This is annoying as well, actually, because you were spending more per gram of potato on those little waffles, and you think it was better. So you were being cheated out of more money for less product, and now you're complaining that you're not allowed to be cheated out of more money anymore.
Exactly, they were nice. Bring them back. At the same time, why have KFC stopped doing where you can get 80 popcorn chicken for like a £5 or 10 or whatever it was? That was good.
I don't know. I've not eaten KFC for about 12 years.
Popcorn chicken. Even I struggle to eat it in a single sitting.
Wow, that must be a shovel full of popcorn chicken.
It literally is. It's 80 of them.
It's 80, yeah. I don't know how big they are though. My experience with
Bite-sized
KFC
bits
was
of
I
popcorn
tried
chicken.
it once and it was really, really. And I'm someone who likes salt, but that was salty.
See, I wouldn't say it's salty. So maybe you just got a bad go.
Maybe. I just don't want to try it again. That's it, like I've only eaten Domino's pizza twice, and both times it gave me food poisoning,
Yeah,
and
Domino's
it's
isn't
just enough for me to not say no.
I used to like Domino's and then I worked there.
Yeah, working somewhere will put you off anything.
So much free food. Especially I was at uni, and at times I was working like 8 shifts a week. I was doing 2 shifts on a Sunday, and every time you do a shift, you get free pizza.
Well, that'll put you off.
But you off. Pizza 8 times a week is just too much.
Not for me. Not for me. It's not.
No,
But
no,
then
it is.
we say I like the frozen pizzas and stuff. Asda's pizza. Asda create your own pizza. My God.
They are pretty good.
They-
The best frozen pizza is the Dr. Oetker's chicken and spinach one.
Ew.
And I will fight you on that.
No.
I will fight you. I will die on this hill.
You can die on that hill, then I will be over here on my actually good hill whilst you die on that one.
Oh no, it's so good.
Sure. Smiley
Try them.
face.
Have you tried them?
Yes, I have actually. They're okay. They're not the
And they're
best
good.
pizza though.
Yeah, they are. I use a slow cooker. No, I didn't. I used an air fryer for, the
For your
first time this week.
pizza. Oh right, okay. Oh, air fryer. That's right. This is your step into the present day, isn't it? You're using air fryers.
I use an air fryer. I use slow cooker all the time, so that's not new. I used an air fryer.
Well, so do
When
you
I
use
make
your air
tandoori
fryer to cook plant-based sausages?
No, I used it to make tandoori chicken.
Because if you want to really step into the future, you've got to take a plant-based item, cook it in the air fryer, and then claim it tastes exactly like whatever the imitation meat is.
See, I quite like some
So do I.
vegetarian
Yeah, so do I.
things, like
But
corn. And
my problem with
quite like
vegetarian
corn.
stuff is
But
I
don't
like
call
corn
it
too.
meat.
But this is my problem. It's like stop trying to imitate meat. Just give me a product. You know what I mean? It's made out of beans or mushrooms. It's fine. I will still try it. It's like I don't need it to be sausage style or chicken style. Just make something that tastes nice. I don't care. Like
When they call them, if you're getting called a sausage or getting called a burger, it kind of makes sense because the shape and especially a burger.
That's fine. Yeah.
If you have a vegetarian burger, you expect it to come with the bread and all that lot. But it's when you get. The other week we were somewhere, and we went out for food. And my friend got some form of vegetable-based chicken breast. I'm like, it's not a chicken breast.
Oh, I know. I see. This is what I think McDonald's did a
It's
good
a
thing.
lump of vegetables, and it's good. That's fine.
Yeah.
It tasted really nice. It's not a chicken breast.
Is it McDonald's McPlant did a good thing by calling it the McPlant? It's not like they don't
It's
name
still
it.
got the connotation of it's McDonald's and all
Yeah.
that lot, but it's plant.
Yeah, and it says
It's fine.
plant. It's just called a plant. Is it? And
don't like
that's
that
all
plant.
it will ever be. Have you tried it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a fan.
I quite like it. I think it's decent.
Had a really nice mushroom, lentil, and blue cheese burger the other week.
Oh, blue cheese. Blech.
Oh, it was good. It was it was really in a like a breadcrumby batter, but it was really light, and they fried it. And it was so fluffy, and it was good.
You know, blue cheese is up there with a list of foods that belong to people who are just knobheads about food. Okay, and I'm not calling you a knobhead, even though I am, but it's up there with things like rare steak. People who are knobheads eat rare steak. I'm just going to come out right and say
If I'm cooking a steak
it.
for myself, I cook it rare.
Yeah, if people who are
But
knobheads eat
when I
rare
go out,
steak-
I order a medium rare steak.
Yeah, but the medium rare, and blue is for just royal cockends. People who are just so judgy about the way you eat food. Because I eat steak well done, so I don't give a fuck what cut of meat it is. Right? It's like I don't care what part of the cow I'm eating. Just cook it thoroughly. I don't.
Because it's not cow anymore.
Well, yeah, but it's fully cooked is the problem. Is the point? Sorry.
The issue with people getting a steak and stuff well done is you might as well get a burger and it's a quarter of the price.
Well, exactly. I would. I don't eat steak very often, and if I do, I buy frying steaks. You know, the thin ones, like because it's just dead easy to burn. But I don't like
Cremate.
But any meat that's pink and fleshy, like it's gross. It's gross. And people who say, "Oh, it's
good.
better," you're cooking the flavor out of it. No, I'm cooking the shit out of it. I'm making it cooked and safe to eat. And yes, you can say, "Hey, well, if
It's
it's
safe to
handled
eat
properly,
anyway.
it's safe." It's not. If it's not fully cooked, there is always the chance of food poisoning. There is always the chance. I don't care
Yes,
what
but
you
with
say.
any food, there's always the chance.
Not with a well done steak. There's not because you've cooked any
Yes,
chance
the guy
about it.
the guy could have dropped it on the floor.
That's different. That's a completely different issue, isn't it?
It's been badly handled.
But it's a completely different issue. That's cross contamination. Regardless, if your steak is not fully cooked all the way through, there is the chance of food poisoning because you haven't cooked out all the bacteria.
I eat steak a lot, and I've never had food poisoning from it.
But that's
Actually,
just a
chicken, a
chance.
lot.
It's chances, isn't it? Like you could eat steak for every meal for your entire life and never have it. It's chances of it happening, and that's what I said. It's a chance, and not to mention the fact it's fucking disgusting. If you eat,
We're discussing opinion here. And you find
it's
it
disgusting.
Doesn't make it disgusting.
It is.
means you
It does
find
make it disgusting. Blue cheese is
No, it doesn't.
disgusting as well because
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
mouldy shit. Raw flesh and mouldy shit is disgusting, and you're deluded into thinking it's nice. In fact, what's worse is you get mouldy cheese, which is blue and covered in shit, and it's been like just left to fucking rot. And you've got meat that's not properly cooked because people can't be arsed thoroughly cooking it. And then you all claim it's fine dining, but you're just cockends about it, just complete knob it.
See,
and then I'll
do you
sit
know what's
next to
gonna really
someone
annoy
and
you?
order my steak well done, and someone will go, "Oh, you eat it well done. Oh, you have a child's palate." No, get fucked.
Do you know what's going to really annoy you? I
Those
quite like a
things.
rare steak with blue cheese sauce on it.
Yeah, you're a cockend though, James, aren't you? Let's be honest.
No.
You are. You're a
People can-
dick with me
people
because
can
I
eat
don't.
what they want.
Yeah, the
As
people
far
can
as
eat
I
what they want,
eat
but
what they
people
want.
are.
You're
people,
judging me for what I eat.
I am no. I'm judging. I'm generalizing. I'll give you that because people, in my experience, the people who eat that kind of food are dickheads to other people about the way they eat their food. And the thing is,
Medium rare is the most common
to
way
start
steak's
with,
ordered.
I was never judging them people in the first place until they started judging me. So they put me on the defensive, and they can all get fucked. I don't care. I hope they die from the mouldy cheese and undercooked meat.
I say medium rare.
I'll
is
just
the
eat
most
my
common way
refreshers
a-
and die of diabetes.
Medium rare is the most common way a steak is ordered. So you're saying that the majority of people are cockheads?
Pretentious, yes. Of course the
No,
majority of
fair
people are cockends. That's why I don't speak to people.
We're getting down to the root cause of Pete's problems.
The root cause of my problems is that other people exist, James.
Exactly. If everybody died in a plague, how long would it take you to notice?
Well, if everybody died, it wouldn't take long because I'd notice that my immediate family were gone. But if, like, let's say, like 90% of the population died, it would take me many, many days to realise it had happened.
Work's a bit quiet.
Yeah, it's just literally what I'd say. Like, there's nobody on the roads. There was no queue at Aldi. There's nobody, not even a cashier. I just took my shopping and went.
I know you're the sort of person that doesn't bother checking the news. So you'd get into work and, like, say there has been a full-on apocalypse, you'd get into work and be like, it's quiet.
Yeah.
Where is everyone?
Yeah. Like,
why is the power out?
You know the start of Shaun of the Dead where he's just walking around and ignoring the zombies? That'd be me. Like, he just doesn't realise anything's going on.
There's a girl in the garden. What? In the garden. Let's go. Oh, God. The old films are the best ones. Beforehand, before this started, I was watching Austin Powers, and it's such a bad, good film.
There are people currently, like, their balls have gone back inside them when you say that the old films are the best and refer to things like Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is a great film.
I know, but no, when you say old is the problem. Like, because people are like,
yeah.
old.
Well, it is an old film. When
no.
did Shaun of the Dead come out?
Oh, good God. It's been on ITV2 ever since I was in school, I think, so...
Shaun of the Dead. I opened up the internet browser and Netflix. 2004, so it is a 19-year-old film. There are people who can drink who weren't born when the film came out.
That film can drink.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, it's 19 years. I mean,
Well, I don't know when it came out, but it'll be 19 this year, put it that way.
That's a horrible thought. It's like those, you know, when you read the weird historical, what's the word for it? Like,
sorry, if you Google Shaun of the Dead, the people also ask questions section.
Yes.
The second one is how many F words are there in Shaun of the Dead? There are 6, apparently.
Oh right.
Is Shaun of the Dead kid friendly? No.
No, it is not.
Why is Shaun the Sheep's mouth on the side?
What?
What movie has the most F words of all times? Is it Alfred? Oh, no.
South Park.
The Outpost is 355.
Oh.
Alfred Dogs is 367. Straight Outta Compton, 392. Casino, 422. Nail by Mouth, is 428. Summer of Sam is 435. Uncut Gems is 560. The Wolf of Wall Street is 569. Fuck has 857. The Swear Net, the movie, has 935. That is the most amount of F words in a film.
935 times. That's almost like a chapter in a novel of just the F word.
Have you read the Game of Thrones books?
No, actually, you know what? I did. I've had them on the Kindle for a while, and I actually downloaded them onto my phone the other night to start, and I've not started yet.
Would you like a slight Game of Thrones spoiler? It's not that massive.
Go ahead, yeah. I'm not bothered about spoilers.
For anyone else watching, there is a slight spoiler. You should know by now. It's plenty of time. But there's a character called Hodor.
Uh-huh.
And he can only say the word Hodor.
Okay.
That's all he can say. And eventually you find out it's because of a traumatic thing where he was stopping, I can't fully remember, he was stopping somebody come through the door, and people were shouting at him to hold the door, hold the door, hold the door.
Oh.
Hodor, Hodor, Hodor. But there's a chapter from his point of view, and every single word in the whole chapter is just Hodor. Hodor, 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 Hodor.
Really?
Hodor,
okay.
Hodor, Hodor. Yeah. I don't know how long the chapter is, and I really want there to be an audiobook of it, and somebody to read every single one of them. Because I guarantee you, every single person that's read the book has gone, flip, 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 right, next chapter?
What's the point in even writing and publishing that? Is it memes?
I don't know if it's in the proper book
it like,
or if it's been parodied. I don't know.
It's just one of those ways of padding out your essay to beat the 1,000 words and stuff like that.
In my honest opinion, I believe that.
Yeah, pretty much. What was I going to say about that? There was something, it reminded me of something. Something I've been watching. What was it? Oh yeah. So because you know how I don't watch telly or films or anything like that. Charlotte recently got us Disney Plus for. Well, she got it near Christmas because she wanted to watch some Christmas films that were on there. Oh, well, I can't quite remember why she got it. Anyway, she kept it because we were flicking through and we watch Disney films with the kids and stuff like that. But also, there's a show on there called Only Murders in the Building. You ever seen it?
No.
No, it's Steve Martin and Martin Short. From The Father and the Bride.
I'm
Father
now
and the Bride
doing some
stuff.
research, and it turns out there's not actually a page of that. It's people taking the piss.
Oh,
that disappoints me.
So sorry, everybody. We thought it was a spoiler, but James had no information.
Well, the whole Hodor holding the door thing is a spoiler.
Is it? Well, okay. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, there's a show called Only Murders in the Building. It's a show about podcasts, actually, as well as murders. I recommend it. It's a really, really good watch, actually. It's so easy to watch. It's not like hard-hitting stuff. It's just really entertaining. Anyway, they did an episode that was completely silent. Not a single word was uttered, and it was most of it was from the point of view of a deaf guy, so obviously you couldn't hear what people were saying. But even when they were not showing things from his point of view, everybody else was just going about their business, and it was a really well put together episode. And it made me think about like silent movies and stuff, and how much you can actually do with visuals rather than just because everything's like thrown in your face and blah, loud noise and dialogue and shouting and screaming for the most part. But that was really well put together. And yeah,
I do have a question for you.
Do I need my lawyer?
Watching shows with subtitles. What is your opinion on it?
I can watch shows with subtitles, and I don't judge people for doing it. Sometimes it's easier to follow. I play all my games with subtitles on, so I get used to reading subtitles. So having them on sometimes speeds things along.
But I always watch TV and stuff with subtitles on.
That's fine. I wouldn't turn them off if someone had them on. It wouldn't annoy me.
Some people that get like actively annoyed by them, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, Charlotte's one of those. If there's subtitles, or if there's a film that is subtitled, so it's not audio dubbed in English, she can't watch it. Whereas for me, it's not a problem. Yeah, she can't split her attention between what's going on and reading. So,
speaking of recently, I watched a really good dubbed film, which is All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh yeah.
I saw it got a load of like Oscar nominations or BAFTA nominations or something like that, and I thought, I like a good war film and all that. And I watched it, and it is so good.
Good.
It's World War II from the German point of view. It's a German film originally, hence why it's a dub. But it took me about halfway through the film and I realised I was watching them like, their mouths aren't in time. How has this got BAFTA? And I thought, they're not even saying the right words. I googled it. I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's a dub. That's why the mouths aren't in time.
It's just sort of terrible audio mixing.
Yeah, I just thought it was really... Because one of them, it was a really short sentence, but obviously in German it ended up being a long sentence. And like, so... I read it, and it was like something like, oh, I don't know, the sheep is black. I can't remember what the words were, but the sheep is black is what it should have been. And it was sheep is black, and then you can see his mouth going, move, 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 move. And I'm like
them old
how have they got it
martial
that
arts
wrong?
films, isn't it?
Oh, it's a dub.
Fair enough, though. I've not watched many films that are dubbed like that. I watched, this was many years ago.
Yeah, if you haven't watched, especially if you're into war films, you should really need to watch All Quiet on the Western Front. It's such a good film.
Did you ever watch Ip
I can see why it's getting nominated. Hitman, no.
Ip Man. IP Man.
Also no.
Ip Man. No. That's, I watched them, like, oh God, 2016 it was when I watched it. That's a long time ago now, James. That's ancient history now.
Yeah.
But it's not dubbed, it's subtitled, but it was because I don't watch a lot of films, I never really come across the phenomenon of watching a film with subtitles on up until this point. That's right, I was in my late 20s when I first watched a film with subtitles on. And it was then that I realised that it doesn't bother me at all, probably because I spend all my time reading subtitles in games as well. I think games taught me more English than English lessons at school, actually. And I think it shows in how well I talk.
You walk to the pub, isn't it?
Yes. Wait, what?
The old tavern.
When would I walk to the pub, James?
You could go to Wetherspoons for a meal.
Yeah, okay. Cheap food.
Fuck you.
Cheap food will get me every time.
There's nothing wrong with Wetherspoons. It's not great food. It's not bad. It's
I think
cheap,
there's plenty wrong with Wetherspoons, actually, but really? I'll still eat there. Yeah. See, anywhere that sells cheap alcohol just preys on people who are addicted to alcohol, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, but I meant what about the food side of it?
The food side it's just cheap shit, isn't it? It's just standard.
It's just cheap. But wherever you go in the country, you can get an okay burger for 9-10 quid, whatever it is these days, with a drink.
Mm-hmm. 9-10 quid it
Where
is
you
these
are.
days. Used to be £5.
I was going to say £5 because that's what I remember it being, but it's probably more than that now, isn't it? But yeah, and if it's a Friday night and you fancy a curry, you can go get an okay curry from Curry Night.
See, what I do
Again,
is
for like a fiver.
I get the pizza, and then because it comes and they give you a knife to cut it up. Yeah, they do pizzas. And they give you
I used to work there.
they give you like a steak knife sort of thing to cut it. Don't give you a pizza cutter, the cheap bastards. Anyway, so the pizza comes and it's not cut.
Because people would steal the pizza cutters.
Well, what's wrong with stealing the knives as well? That's even worse. It's a weapon then.
They're cheaper than pizza cutters.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm not talking about weapons. It's the cost
they
of
could
the
just cut the pizza in the kitchen like most places. But anyway,
I mean, they could, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's not the point. The
Just
point
roll
is,
it into a cylinder.
I do roll it into a cylinder. Yeah, I turn it into a big burrito sort of thing. And you know what's the best part about that is it weirds people out who are sitting around you, because you know what Wetherspoon's like, all the tables are close together, aren't they? So as long as we don't sit in a booth and we sit in the middle where everyone can see you, and pizza will get delivered. And everybody, you always look at the other table, see what they've got. You know what I mean? As soon as the waiter comes over, everybody does it. Then they plant the pizza in front of me, and I immediately start rolling the pizza up. And then like somebody will just like stop and stare at me, and I'll just make full eye contact with them as I take the first bite.
No. See, what you need to do is train yourself to be able to eat it without chewing as well.
No, I'm not going to deep throat my pizza in the middle of a Wetherspoon's, James.
Just be like a duck and eat it whole. And if you can lock eyes with someone while rolling a pizza and sliding it down your throat, they are going to scream alien and run out of that building.
So before I do any of this, I need to really learn how to impress a man, don't I? That's what I'm going to have to do.
I mean, if you go down to certain clubs on a Friday night, I'm sure they will teach you how to do it.
I'm sure they will, James, but I have no desire to train away my gag reflex. How did we get here? I definitely, when I said, do I need a lawyer before, I definitely needed a lawyer. I need someone with me at all times to tell me whether I do and don't have to answer a question from you.
You always have to answer it.
No,
I am your lawyer.
I will get IEP here.
Right.
As my
message IEP now.
Legal delegate. What's the word?
I'm going to fucking message
legal something or other.
IEP.
Are you going to
Pete have yes, I'm messaging IEP.
Okay.
To answer.
I think for the sake of clarity, we should just say that IEP is our pretend lawyer.
IEP is our lawyer.
I don't believe he has any legal training or experience.
IEP is born in the exact centre of Germany, and he is our lawyer.
The exact centre of Germany. That's right.
There is law behind this.
And that
if you don't know what we're talking about, you'll have to go back and listen to the older podcast and find out, because it's spread out between all of them.
Oh God! And if you do that, please be aware that this is probably as good as it gets. All right, so you're gonna go back through.
But if you do it while you're there, go like and subscribe.
Oh God! You know what? If anybody can
Pete,
tell
are we going to talk about our sponsor?
We don't have a sponsor.
We have a sponsor now.
Who's our sponsor, James?
Spider Crate.
Spider Crate. Do you know I stole that? That wasn't even my original idea. Okay, fine.
We're already discussing the lawyer. Don't bring in the theft of other people's jokes.
All right, fair enough. As long as the disclaimer is I stole this from Rabbit Luigi.
Would you like to do the ad read for Spider Crate now?
The ad read for Spider Crate, yes. For $3.99 a month. Or was it? Oh, hang on. No, that's not right. $3.99 is the discount that you'll get for inputting words from our mouths onto the website. But $8.99 a month is normally Waffam. I don't know. There's a code. There's not really a code. It's not even a site. For $7.99 a month, they will send you a box filled to the brim with spiders to enrich your life. Now. I don't know. It's for an indeterminate amount of money, we'll send you an indeterminate amount of spiders.
We warn you, though, they do have bad packaging.
Yes, and most of them will be dead on the arrival as well. So,
like fucking locusts.
Locusts?
They keep dying.
Your locusts.
Your
box of locusts. Do you know? I don't know if it's still there, but there used to be a listing on Amazon for £14. You could buy 7,000 ladybirds, and somebody I work with bought them twice to release them into his neighbour's garden.
I don't know if my lizard's allowed to eat.
I'm not suggesting it for a diet, and I'm not suggesting anybody buy them. And I'm certainly not suggesting anybody release them into the neighbour's garden, because I imagine that was terribly annoying for them. But yeah, that was a thing. He bought it not just once, but twice.
Yeah, there's like 40 locusts in this box I'm currently holding.
James, put the locusts down.
Okay. I don't know if you heard me put them down then.
No, I didn't know, but maybe Audacity did. Maybe our listeners heard. Did you hear the gentle
It
thump
does
of
say
a
on
box?
the instructions, medium locust, third hoppers, 18 to 24mm pre-pack. Empty
Third
into a
hoppers?
well ventilated... Yeah, it's the size. Empty into a ventilated, escape-proof container. Done. Add broadleaf greens for moisture. Done. I dust with supplement prior to feeding the reptile. I do that before I feed her. Do not release into the wild. Non-indigenous to the UK. So if I release these to the wild, what happens?
You'll probably mess up the ecosystem of the place that you release them into, or they will all die.
Well, if they all die, that's not an issue. It's going to be messing up the ecosystem. The other day, I lost one. I found it eventually. Now, if I had a better trained dragon, do you reckon I could just put her down and she'd go find it?
Maybe.
There's
I don't know.
loose locusts
I
in
don't
the
know how
house.
well they
Fetch.
hunt and stuff like that.
She hunts pretty well. Well, no, actually, she does and she doesn't.
She hunts
Sometimes
them
she's really
peppers
smart.
very well.
I think because the locusts get covered in calcium powder when I put them in to help her. It's like a supplement. But she's learned that the tongs I use to put them in the tank are food. Well, they're not
Carry
food, but they
the
bring food.
calcium powder around in little plastic bags.
You can do.
Just like, you know, wondering if you'd like try to sell it on a street corner or something.
It's currently in a pot. It is just a little bag that comes with white powder in it. But then, by your logic, you could just go sell flour, Pete.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. I don't know. My experience with drugs, James, is paracetamol, so I'm not really...
But why is there no aspirin in the jungle?
Because the parrots eat them all, yes.
But yeah, so I put the locust in the tank, or crickets, whatever she's eating that week. But yeah, she's worked out the bamboo tongs I have mean food.
Nice.
So if I put the locust down, unless you're moving, lizards can't particularly see you. Their vision is very based on movements. Jurassic Park got some things right. She's a baby dinosaur.
Actually, dinosaurs were more like birds, right? So...
She's a baby dinosaur. Shut up.
No.
Don't ruin my dreams.
No, she's not got feathers.
But, so I can put the...
Does that mean chickens' vision's based on movement?
No, they're not. Chickens' movement's based on fear. They can sense fear.
Chickens' vision is based on
I have an
fear?
issue with chickens.
You have an issue with chickens?
But anyway, back
Okay.
to feeding the dragon.
Can we learn about your issue with chickens?
Afterwards.
Okay.
So you put the locusts in, and quite often, especially when they've been dusted, because I put them in a pot and I shake them, this means they're easier to catch for me, so I can get them out, because they get a little bit concussed. I know it sounds a bit cruel, the fucking bugs deal with it, they're about to be eaten. So I'll put them down, but they'll stand very still. Now she sees the tongs moving away and focuses on them and misses the fucking locust. Then it hops out of the way when she's not looking, and then I have to go find it around the tank and put it back in the line of sight because she's that stupid. But this is how stupid they are, because the locusts aren't stupid. They'll go hide in the plants and stuff. And when it gets dark, they come out and bite the dragons. But they sleep that heavily that she won't know she's being bitten
Nice. I do that as well.
by a locust.
I get bitten by children and don't wake up.
So it's not like I can just put...
The children are mine, I should clarify.
Yeah, it's not like I can just put 60 locusts in the tank and leave them there for a week because they'll hurt her. How stupid.
Oh, yeah, that's rather stupid.
You talk to anybody online about bearded dragons, it is well established that they all have one brain cell they share. And today is not my dragon's day, and tomorrow doesn't look good either.
Ah, fair enough.
She knows what I'm talking about right now, because she's come to the edge of the tank and she's just staring at me.
Either that or she just wants locusts. You were handling the box of locusts, so she's like, that's food.
She doesn't recognise that box. It's not a particularly distinctive box, thankfully.
Not to
It's the
you,
same as
but
any-
to a lizard.
No, I can walk past her with the box. She doesn't notice it. The moment I pick the
okay.
tongs up, though. But then she never gets locust straight out of the box. She always gets them from the little pot, which is.
So
the
you're having
calcium
some
powder.
success with making her associate you with food.
Yes. We've now got the game of if I put my hand out, and I sort of like bait her using the tongs to like hand feed her. She'll step on my hand and eat them now. And today I put my hand out and she just stepped on it, and then I gave her a locust, and then she ran away again. So she's learnt hand means food as well. So
And
we're
hand is
progressing.
safe.
Hand is safe, yes. And hand scratches belly, which she likes.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's actually really, really sweet.
She's cute. But we need to clean the glass this week. I don't know how she's going to feel about that.
Well,
I'll
there's
take
only
the
one
glass
way to
off and make
find
sure she
out.
doesn't escape.
Fight! Oh no, that's the wrong show.
Well, I take the glass off, so which means I'm going to need somebody here to make sure she doesn't run away. It'll be so much easier when she's more comfortable because I can just put her in the kitchen with me.
You not put her in a box for now.
But she hasn't been picked up yet. And I can pick her up if I have to, but I don't want to if I don't have to because it will stress her.
Okay.
And then the problem is the moment I start doing, if I do something like that, it breaks the bond further. I've got to get the bond fully built before I can do stuff she doesn't like.
But you can start carrying her in your pocket to work.
Maybe not to work, but there's lots of pictures and stuff online of people taking them like in the car and stuff.
This is my colleague, Artie.
But they get like
She'll check under your bonnet for you right now.
Especially beardies. If you give them a hammock, they'll sit there all day. So people put like a hammock in the corner of the windscreen, especially when it's nice and warm, so they got the sunspot there, and just put the dragon there, and you can just go, like drive around with the dragon, chilling in the car.
That's pretty cool, actually. I can't do that with any of my pets. In fact, I can do it with one less pet because one of our guinea pigs died.
Well, that's not good.
No, he was less than a year old.
What did you do wrong?
I'm not entirely sure.
Did you kick it?
No, I would
good.
never. I would never. No, we
accidentally
popped
kick
out
it?
for a couple of hours. Like, he was fine when we left. Because we get them out regularly for cuddles and, playtime and stuff. He was fine when we went out. We come back a couple of hours later and he was slumped in the corner. He was still alive a bit, but there's nothing I could do for him. He died about 10 minutes after. It was kind of horrible, actually.
We should have a moment's silence for guinea pig.
Yeah, rest in peace, Chandler. You deserved a better life than that.
What did you not get about a moment's silence?
We had a moment. It was like 4 seconds.
There's normally a bit more than 4 seconds. Is that all
No,
the
but the guinea pig
worth
doesn't
you?
care, all right? Let's be honest. He's got nothing to worry about anymore. He's long dead.
In other news, I
Oh,
do
bugger.
have a response from our lawyer.
Oh.
So I said, does Pete have to answer my questions? Depends on the question. He better not answer anything that makes him guilty of a crime unless it's good content. So the answer is yes.
No, the answer is
you have to answer my
situationally
questions.
yes.
No, otherwise, unless it would be good content. So if you answer the questions, it will make content. Therefore, and our level of good for content is content at this point because there's no good content.
Okay, I want a different lawyer. I think we both need our own representative here.
No. You can't change lawyers now. We've entered
No, I'm not changing lawyers. I'm saying we need a second lawyer so that you have one and I have one.
No. Because my lawyer's not a lawyer.
My lawyer won't be a lawyer either. In fact, let me just go and get my
I'll
cat.
Get an actual lawyer.
I'll ask my cat and she'll let me know
Your
meow
cat is
whether I can
probably
answer the
more
question.
qualified than IEP is.
Yeah, just as qualified at least. Taking exactly the same amount of legal courses.
I still don't know. I reckon the cat is more qualified than IEP.
Based on...
IEP?
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I know. The cat wasn't born central Germany, so... Like, exact centre to the millimetre.
That's more of an engineering thing than a lawyer thing.
Okay, I apparently won't have the cat for much longer because Charlotte's angry at her.
Oh, okay.
What did she do?
What has Charlotte said about the pool
I don't know.
table?
She's trying to get hold of it. What's that?
I don't know, I was in bed.
Ow, just dropped a C-bomb. I don't know if anybody heard that.
A sensible editor will now edit out this bit of dead air, but I'm not going to.
Better enough. Come on. It's not very nice. A tail
It'll be
up.
the Charlotte corner of the podcast.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. There's just some animal cruelty going on in the background here.
You haven't
She's-
got an answer yet about the pool table.
What was the pool? Oh, don't bring that up, James. There's already enough anger going here. I don't want to be caught in the firing line.
I want you to ask. Ask her now.
I'm not asking her that. Charlotte, that's not the way to get her into the kitchen. What the hell? Where did you get a crutch? Just coax her in with a tree. It's so much easier.
With a tree?
Now she's gone back upstairs. Nice one. You're going to make so much noise. I'm sorry. We've scuffed this podcast. Thanks for that, Charles.
Ask her about the pool table. Go on.
No,
I wanna hear
she's
you get
holding a
abused.
weapon, James. I'm not that stupid.
I'm a messenger.
No, oh God. Right, well, she won't see it till later anyway.
Ask her.
No?
It's content. You get abused.
That poor cat. She's so much cleverer than we are, that cat. She knows exactly how to
Charlotte.
hide. The both of us. She's smarter than both of us put together.
Yeah, but if she's smarter than Charlotte, therefore she must be smarter than you.
Well, yeah, I'm lowest in the ranking here, but...
Is this the cat you got that you took from your neighbour's kids crying?
You're alone. It's fine. I'll get her in the kitchen.
No.
Are you going to use a treat now? She's not going to want to come to you.
treat. He said treat, not tree. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, treat. Yes, corkscrew with
I
a
thought you-
treat. Just put a bonsai tree down, James. If you go buy a bonsai tree, your house will be flooded with pussy. That's all I'm saying.
I said earlier. You said earlier. I was very confused.
No, I meant treat. She gets you. Stop yelling at the cat, please. She's not even bushed her tail out. She's not even bothered. The cat thinks it's a game, though. So, like, Charlotte tries to shepherd her out of Edward's room into the kitchen because we can shut her in the kitchen because all the food and litter tray and everything's in there for her. But she thinks it's a game when she starts running around. So, did you get it?
Is this the cat that you took from your neighbour's kids crying?
Yes, it is. This is the one that we dragged away from. There's a walking stick upstairs. It's a crutch, Charlotte. And right now that you're not holding it, I have a question. James wants me to ask you on the podcast. Can we get rid of the dining table and I can have a pool table in here?
No.
I asked. The answer was no.
There's no abuse, though.
Oh, Charlotte says you can fuck off as well. See what you've done, James?
Fuck off.
Do you see what you did? I told you it was a bad idea.
Why am I getting more abuse than you are?
Wait until the podcast's over. By the way, I'll have to cancel next week. I'll be in hospital.
You don't need that crutch.
I'm going to need that crutch. Yeah. I'll
It all
use the
comes full
thing
circle.
the thing that she beat me with. I will need to walk.
See, it's also then convenient because then she can just beat you at any point if you have the crutch for you. You're just carrying her weapon around.
Yeah, and also, yeah, it's basically what happens here. Just for the record, I don't get beaten by Charlotte. Not that IEP told me to tell everybody that I don't get beaten by Charlotte.
Charlotte told you to tell everybody that.
She's holding a crutch. Okay, that was a bit of a weird interlude.
We told you, sound confused if you're being abused.
But I sound confused all the time.
You did it again.
It's a difficult thing to answer to.
What, being confused?
Yes. Sound
Your actual
confused.
state?
It's like, because you tell me to sound confused, and I'll think, right, I've got to not sound confused, and I think, well, what does being confused sound like? And then I'll get confused.
Me normally.
Yeah. So just don't be yourself, Pete.
Yeah,
Repress all
please
natural instincts.
Stop being yourself. You'll be so much happier.
Are you sure about that?
Everyone else would be.
I'm not actually unhappy at all. I complain about a lot
Everyone
of
else
things.
would be so much happier.
Well, I don't care about everyone else. Everybody else's happiness is their problem. I don't have to worry about that. That's not how it works. I don't exist to make people happy, and other people don't exist to make me happy.
You don't exist.
I don't exist. Yeah.
I'm
I mean-
talking to myself again.
Well, I'm just a figment of your imagination.
We managed to convince one of our friends once he was in a coma. Actually, you know said friend. It's Ethan.
You convinced him he was in a coma.
Well, I don't know how much we convinced him, but he was a bit drunk when we started it. He sounded very worried at one point.
I was going to say, I know in the time I knew Ethan, I knew him to be a reasonably smart individual, so that was there must have been alcohol involved.
There was a bit of alcohol involved, and there's about 8 of us telling him that we weren't real. And that he'd been put in a coma by a car crash, and during the car crash he'd flown through the window, lost his left arm and his bollocks.
Left arm and his bollocks.
Yes.
Okay.
But it was a very interesting car crash.
But then, if you convinced him that you weren't real, then why should he believe you?
Because we were his subconscious telling him what he needs to know to heal, to make himself better.
Oh, that's kind of. Isn't there a film about this? Isn't this the plot of Wizard of Oz?
No, the Wizard of Oz has got like a dog and tornadoes and straw men and tigers.
No, I've
and
never seen
lions
it. Does that
and bears.
surprise you?
Oh my. A little bit, actually, yeah, the Wizard of Oz.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, not even slightly.
Don't lie to me.
Oh.
I found out something interesting about my house the other day.
Does it have a secret entrance to the neighbour's bedroom?
Yeah,
Was it Colonel Mustard with the lead pipe in the library? There was a what,
I don't have
sorry?
a library. So there's a tunnel connecting their front garden to my back garden.
Huh.
I wonder if that's subliminal. No.
Oh dear.
I plugged in an old lamp I found, which instantly blew all the power.
Nice.
Lesson learned: don't plug old lamps you find the loft in. I think I may have put a spirit into the wiring as well.
Ah, you now have a poltergeist.
but my computer didn't die. And then I've worked out, I've been doing some testing and all that lot. It turns out the plug socket that my computer plugged into has its own circuit breaker.
That's like huge
it's
stroke
not
of
any
luck.
other loop in the house.
I don't think you could have got
Except-
any luckier there.
Except it's no longer the computer in that one. Well, the computer's in that one, and the lizard's now in that one as well.
How weird.
Well, I put the lizard in there because when the power went in the rest of the house, the lizard went dark and cold, and she didn't like it, and she fell asleep.
No, I don't mean it's weird that you plugged the lizard in there. It was weird that
it's-
one plug has its own circuit breaker.
Well, it's a lot newer looking socket than the rest of them, so I assume someone's had another, or my nan who in the house before me had another socket put in for some reason.
Wonder what she kept
And
there.
rather than sparing off the other ones, because there's a lot of plug sockets in this house, like way more than there should be. I'm assuming there's a maximum number you can put on a single loop, so they put a new loop in for that one. But yeah, I've just not found any other socket connected to it. There might be some upstairs connected to it. I don't know, I didn't test upstairs, but that doesn't make sense either, because I've got a separate loop for upstairs. I've got like 40 fuses for this house. It's ridiculous.
You know, speaking of old lamps that you found in the loft, I've lived here for, oh God, what is it, 18 months? Maybe just a little bit less than that. And I've never been in the loft in this house. I have no idea what's stored up there.
It's because you keep sending Charlotte up there because you're scared of the dog.
She's not been up there. We've never opened it, and we're afraid to at this point now, because what if there's like 10 dead bodies up there?
Then you get to be on the news.
I don't want to be on the news. James, that invites people round. I don't want to deal with people.
Why didn't you phone the police when you found the bodies? I don't want to talk to you.
Exactly, yeah. They're already dead. You're not going to bring them back, are you?
They might do.
Ooh.
That's a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah, that's necromancy, actually, is what that is.
Is it such a bad thing?
I mean, it's kind of like a victimless crime. The person's already dead anyway, and you're not bringing back the person, are you? You're just bringing life, a different life, into a used up body, because you can't bring back the person, right?
Some necromancy is full on bringing back the person, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it is.
You can bring your guinea pig back.
I don't want to do that. Have you ever seen Pet Cemetery? They don't come back the same.
I haven't seen Pet Cemetery though.
Why have I seen that and you've not? I've seen 2 versions of it as well. How have I seen that and you've not watched it? It's a Stephen King book, I think, actually. It's based on.
It is a Stephen King book. There's a lot of horror films I've never seen. I'm not a huge horror fan. I don't see the point in a lot of them. But then I like the psychological ones are a bit I just get bored on them. But I like gore films, like Saw and stuff. Just because it's funny.
So, I don't know. I've not really got much experience with the gore side of things, but I did watch a big spree of horror films with Charlotte and her parents. And they get very samey after a while. There's not many that are good.
My biggest thing, it annoys the shit out of me, is I'm very good at predicting the end of a film.
Yeah.
It really annoys me. Like Lost, I guessed what was I guessed it in about first 8 episodes. Granted, I watched it later than when it came out, so I knew there was a shit ending anyway. But
you could see which way the shit was going.
It wasn't a shit. It's a. If you'd invested all the years it was coming out for, I can understand why people are annoyed. I watched it all in like a month, and I wasn't that fussed because I thought it was quite a clever ending because it was quite well done.
Yeah.
But I also predicted it straight away.
Fair enough.
I mean, let's face it, Lost has been out for long enough now. People can have spoilers for it. They're all dead to begin with. It's purgatory.
I've never seen it, James. That's not
You're
fair.
not going to go watch it either, are you?
Nope.
Exactly. But yeah, because there's this big plane crash, and then as people, they've all got these inner demons, and they're all bad people for whatever reason. One's a drug addict, one's this, one's that. When the drug addict finally comes over his drugs, and because he's doing his, you flash back to their life, sort of thing.
The life before,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, he was stealing money from his family, and he was abusing it, and he was selfish and all that lot. And eventually, he does something incredibly selfless. It ends up, he does like 4 or 5 selfless acts, and then dies. And disappears because he's come to terms with his demons and left purgatory. That was when I realised, oh yeah, it's fucking purgatory. Because it's about the 4th or 5th one that has come to terms with their demons, come to terms with their evil, and then as soon as they become a good person, they die.
Oh, as soon as they accept their dark side, yeah.
Yeah. And they become a better person, they die, and it's like, yeah, it's got to be purgatory. It's fucking obvious.
Fair enough, yeah. But so that was the big mystery everyone was talking about all these years. I never watched it. I've never seen a single episode of Lost, so I don't know. But I remember people talking about it, and they were saying like, "Oh, I've got to know what happens." Sorry, that was a bit of aggressive noise.
A lot of people, if you go into it watching it not knowing that, You won't get it. But I always get them. Always. It fucking infuriates me.
I've never found a horror film that's pulled a fast one on me. But you see, I'm easily startled, so the jump scares get me every time. Because it doesn't matter.
Oh, jump scares get me as well. It's annoying as shit. You can tell they're coming.
Yeah,
you can hear it in the music. You're like, I'm not going to jump. I've seen the film 26 times. I'm not going to fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't matter what it is that jumps out at me. There's a sudden change in the image and there's a loud noise. I'll jump. It doesn't matter what it is. You know what I mean? Like SpongeBob holding a can of pasta can appear on the screen and I will jump. It doesn't matter what it is.
Canned pasta.
So there's only one film that got me with an unexpected jump scare. In fact, it got me with 2 unexpected jump scares, and I'm not sure why, because I've since rewatched the scenes, and it's kind of obvious that it's going to happen, but it just gets me anyway. Did you see well, it's fairly new. The film's called Smile. Have you seen the?
No, I haven't seen it.
No, I think you can watch it on some streaming services now. But Charlotte wanted to watch it at the cinema, which is very cruel for me because big screen jump scares. I'm just gonna. But yeah, And people, yeah, well, there wasn't that many people there, and I don't mind at the cinema because it's dark and people generally keep to themselves.
Generally.
Well, yeah, sometimes they don't, do they? But in fact, twice during watching the film, I shouted out loud that I wanted to go home. But there was the jump scares that got me. They happened in like sort of like broad daylight terms, you know, like normally it's like dark and a bit creepy and stuff like that. But no, it's just like a normal scene happening, and then bam, it gets you, and it really genuinely, like unexpectedly, made me shit my pants. But there was a bit near the end of the film, which was building up for an obvious jump scare, and it made Charlotte jump so much that she covered me in popcorn. She threw it everywhere. Which was that's never happened before. I've never seen anyone actually throw something in fear.
So you made a poor worker at the shop have to clean up the popcorn shop, the cinema.
Well, we picked up as much as we could, but there was loads of it, so
it went everywhere.
Yeah, it was. Oh god, it was so funny. I was picking it out of my clothes on the way home in the car. It was that bad.
And you were eating it, weren't you? Ooh, popcorn.
Actually, no, because I don't really like popcorn from the cinema. I don't like the sweet or salty. I like the only type of popcorn I'll eat is Butterkist, the toffee stuff.
Oh, salted popcorn's so good.
I don't really. I can't. I just don't know. It's not for me.
Salted popcorn is so good. I would punch a child to have some salted popcorn right now.
You just want to punch a child, don't you? You use this all the time.
No.
You're just trying to find reasons to punch a child.
I have a lot of reasons.
What?
One of the reasons is I ran out of iron brew this morning, Pete. Last night. I have no iron brew now, and I'm disappointed in it.
I don't have any iron brew at the minute. Does that surprise you?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't generally keep it in the house that much. It doesn't. First of all, it doesn't last.
Drink it.
Yeah, if it's there, I'll just drink it. But also, it's expensive to drink. The frequency that I would drink it, it's a lot of money. So I drink cheap Diet Coke.
I'm trying to be good and stop drinking fizzy drinks full stop, but I have a can of 7-Up at the minute.
Yeah, it's difficult to cut stuff out like that when you're in habits. Although I do find that when I go off fizzy drinks, I really, really go off them. So, and then I drink lots of apple and blackcurrant.
See, I drink a lot of Vimto Squash at the minute. I'm really enjoying, and it's nice, but it's just not the same as a nice can of Coke.
No, there's something psychologically gripping about it, isn't there? It's
just better.
There's definitely an addiction hook used somewhere. It's got cocaine in it, James.
Oh, cocaine. I mean, what?
The problem with cocaine, though, I find is it's a bit moreish.
It's fucking expensive.
I don't know. I've never touched the stuff.
Neither have I, but I know it's expensive.
I wouldn't even know how much it would cost. I don't know what people spend on it.
We've discovered at work the best way to give up smoking.
It's just do cocaine.
No, it's to do heroin.
Heroin.
If you can do heroin and then break the heroin habit, you can guarantee to break a nicotine habit.
Is this like the whole if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball type thing?
A little bit, yes. And it's also an excuse that we have to try cocaine now because it makes it easier to stop smoking.
That's not how things work, James.
It is in my head.
I mean,
Back to the jump scares.
Theoretically, you're absolutely correct, but I do not recommend it.
9 out of 10 dentists recommend heroin.
Is this like 4 out of 5 statistics?
IEP has advised me I should state that the Wordsfromourmouths podcast and all affiliates do not recommend the use of heroin.
Ah, okay. There you go. And for legal reasons, there are other drugs available. You were going to say something.
They
What was
sponsor
it?
black tar heroin.
Oh no. What? Black tar heroin, did you just say?
Yes.
Is that a real thing?
I don't know. It's a words for no, it's not. It's a Cards Against Humanity card.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yes,
well,
I just got Words for Mouse and Cards Against Humanity mixed up.
because, they're both on the
One
same
of them,
level of success.
international sensation. One of them, card game. I mean,
Oh, here we go. International sensation. Just because we have, like, a listener in America.
we
that
have
doesn't mean-
international viewers, listeners, whatever. Spotify told us,
Spotify did
and
tell
YouTube
us.
told us.
And YouTube told... Yeah, okay. To be fair, yeah, we do have listeners that are overseas from us. Although, technically, we're internationally recording this because you basically live in France. So...
No, I don't.
So, yeah, for anybody who's interested, James is technically French. This is what French
Oui,
people
I
sound
mean,
like.
shit.
Yeah, I've been speaking French this entire time, and no one's noticed.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage. I love that. That's one of my favourite childhood memories. In fact, one of my only childhood
Is
memories.
it from Dexter
Here we go.
Laboratory?
Before we round it, yeah, it is from Dexter's Lab. Now, just before we wrap things up here, now on the weekend just gone, we went to my mum's house, and my brother and his kids showed up with his
Hi,
wife
Pete's
and
mum.
that. Hi, mum.
Hi, Andy.
And they got all the baby pictures out, and pictures from school and stuff like that. We were all looking through
Oh,
them.
is this why we
And
didn't play games this weekend?
Yes, it is. And now, when Andy got to see, he recognised like 99% of people on pictures, people that my mum had forgotten, and things that like he shouldn't really remember because he was too young to, things like that. And he just recognised so many people, and he was pulling names out of his arsehole all day. Now, I received, I think it was my year 8 or 9 school photo, and it had the big picture of me with my curly hair, and it had the picture of like 120 other people in the same year as me with their names under the pictures, and I recognised maybe 6 people. And the rest of it was just a complete blank for me. Like, it wasn't even like that name's familiar, that face is familiar, nothing. I just did I go to this school? I must have done because I recognised a few people, but it was just an obscene amount of people that I don't know. And then there was like pictures from holidays when I was a kid, places we visited, people who'd visited us, people who we'd spent time with. Obviously, because I was in the pictures, and no memory of it whatsoever. I just do not remember anything. But it's like 99% of my childhood. My brain's just thought, well, that's no use anymore. Chuck it out, and it's been replaced with shit like, I don't know. Okay, so I recently played an old Pokemon game and remembered my way around a very complex cave. Step by step, but it's like that part. That I'll keep that part. Yeah, I remember my way around Rock Tunnel without using Flash. Yeah, I know exactly how many steps it is to the next ladder. That's fine. We'll keep that. But entire holidays, nah.
I've got a good story on this. I think I might have told it before. I can't remember. But a few years ago, I was like 12, probably 12 or 13. We went to London.
Many years ago now.
We went to London. We went there. We went to the London Dungeons, and we did the History Museum and the Science Museum. We went on the London Eye. I can remember all of that great. I can remember doing all those things with my mum. I can't remember my sister being there.
Nice.
Apparently, or my stepsister technically, but apparently she was. Apparently I shared a room with her.
Oh.
No recollection.
Oh dear.
Absolutely no idea she was there. The other week I was telling her a story from when we went there. I can remember that we went on the London Eye, then we went to an all-you-can-eat Chinese next to it. I had the best sweet and sour chicken I've ever had. I can remember that, but I can't remember her being there.
That's some hell of a repressed memory. That like partially repressed as well. She must have stabbed you or something, and you cut it out of your
don't know,
memory
yeah.
or something like that.
But we were talking about, I don't know, we were talking about Chinese food. I said, I can remember the best ever sweet and sour chicken I ever had was at all-you-can-eat Chinese in London. And after I went on the London Eye, she said, yeah, I was there with you. I went, no, you weren't. She was like, yes, I was. I phoned my mum. I was like, did Anne-Marie go to London with us? And she was like, yes. I don't remember this. Literally, no recollection of her being there at all.
See,
Completely blanked it out.
I wish that my blanking out was restricted to just one incident, but no, my very earliest memory, the far back as I can remember,
Falling and cracking head open?
No.
That's
My
mine.
very earliest memory
In this house.
is we found. Oh, I kind of half remember learning how to ride a bike, and I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's a proper accurate memory or not. Like, you know, when the stabilizers are off and stuff. And it was like in the back alley behind my mum's house. And I don't know how old I was, but that's as far back as I can. I don't remember anything there. That's my earliest half memory. I don't remember many details. I just remember the feeling of riding the bike. And I think the bike was white, but then I'd have to have that confirmed by someone. That's what I would count as my earliest memory. It's not even a full memory. It's not even like, I don't know who was there. I don't know.
It's not a core memory.
Yeah, it's and then after that, I remember
This morning?
that's it. Yeah, it's just that gap. That after that, my next earliest would be I was in year 5 or 6, and I got to school and was sent home almost immediately because I couldn't open one of my eyes and I had conjunctivitis.
Nice.
So in between the learning to ride a bike, there's a gap there until year 5 or 6. I don't know. I remember I went into school through the same door for year 5 and 6, so it could have been either of those.
Sorry, you had segregated doors by age group?
Well, no, it was like, you know, there was different doors leading to the classrooms and stuff, so we all just went into the closest door to the classroom. You know what I mean? It was,
right, okay, that makes more sense. It wasn't like you weren't allowed in the other door.
No. It was just
segregation.
Yeah, we would all like we would.
Is that
be
left
outside.
over from like the 80s or something like that?
I don't know, but you know, everyone went through the doors closest to the class. So I think like, you know, several age groups shared a door if it was the closest door to the classroom. So. And then after that, I have sort of like scattered memories of high school, but I can't even remember like the layout of the high school. Like, you know, I couldn't retrace the steps in the hallways and stuff. Like, I can remember certain rooms. And the weird part is like you'd think I'd at least remember the teachers, but then on this year group photo I looked at, there was the top row of pictures. It was like it had like 7 or 8 of the teachers who were involved, and I remembered maybe 2 of them. Ish, and I don't remember one of them because there was a big old scandal about him just after I left school. He was my English teacher, I remember that. And the other one I think was like my head of year or something like that, something important. I don't know. But yeah, my memories of everything before I started work, really, are very shaky at best, which is really bad considering I only started work at 16, you know, and everything before that, like, it's just scattered. It's very sort of fuzzy, and I have to really actively try and remember it. I don't have, like, remember when I told you about the time I nearly drowned?
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, do you remember I told you that when my mum listened to it, she said she had no memory of that happening at all. It's like maybe it didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe I've just invented something interesting about my past because I don't remember anything about it. It's a really bizarre phenomenon. I just don't. And it's not even like my memory can be jogged because I was looking through all this old stuff because there was like old folders of schoolwork and things like that, and there was pictures from primary school and things like that. And my brother remembered people from my year, and he's 3 years older than me. He knew people's name, and I recognise faces and stuff like that. It's like I just completely blank for me. There's just so much missing.
The only story I can remember you telling me is the one about your massive shit.
When I nearly died.
Yes.
Yeah. But that was recent. That was like, what, 2 years ago? You know what I mean? That's easy to remember. But like my memories are so bad. I don't know whether I just have a bad memory or whether I'm ignorant or whether I just block it all out or just don't consider it important. I have no idea.
All of them.
Or it could be all of them. Or maybe there is like, you know, a real medical problem. I don't know if I should be worried.
No, you're just stupid.
Maybe. My
On peach stupidity is a pretty good place to end the podcast, I think.
Yeah, I think so. On the crippling realization that I might have Alzheimer's early, let's end the podcast.
You're just an idiot.
Yeah.
But first off, we're going to plug the Discord because fair play. I just seen one of the things. I had to mute myself a minute ago because I was giggling, laughing while you were talking. Then
Okay.
Because one of the guys has put a picture up, which is Friday the 20th of January is non-uniform day to celebrate the lives of Pope Benedict, Pele and Vivienne Westwood. And one of the guys just commented, the Trinity. I've been laughing at that for like the last minute. That's why I've been quiet.
Fair enough. I thought you were just.
Pele and Vivian Westwood are the Trinity. So yeah, join the Discord. It's in the description below, and you'll see stuff like that. Oh, they're all idiots. Obviously, please like and share and all that lot. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, download, blah 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 blah. Any button that you can see to do stuff with it that isn't the report button, click them.
James, would you like to know whether you said the word?
Yes.
You did not say the word. You get a point.
What was the word?
The word was representative.
Why would I say that?
Well, exactly. That's the point. That's the point of the game. I did try on 3 separate occasions to get you to say it. I even said it myself.
In the comments below, see if we'll remember. I want your predictions on if we'll remember to play this game next week or not.
Oh, we'll remember, all right. Because even if you forget, I'll remember and I'll play it against you all the time.
Yeah, but I have to think of the word, so if you don't let me know we're playing the game, then it ain't going to happen.
I'll remember to remind you. Just remind me to remind you, and then we'll be fine.
Artie, oh, you're asleep. Sorry, Lizard can't remind her she's asleep.
Oh, okay.
She falls asleep so
this
quick.
is the worst Alexa you've ever bought.
It takes like a minute to fall asleep. She.
I'm so jealous. That's like a superpower.
The light goes off, the heater goes off, and within about 10 seconds, she is asleep. Just wherever she just goes, all right.
I really wish I could do that. Anyway.
The lights go off and you just fall asleep.
James, we need to end this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, see you next week, everybody. Bye.